farther up in the mountains, you can see the clouds are really tore up by the wind and moving along the mountainside there. The windmills up there going as fast as they can. I can, which is not fast enough. Joshua trees. I saw a sign that said dense fog ahead. Well, up here it's not really fog, it's like clouds falling on the ground. The F is for fallen, O is for onda, and G is for ground. Clouds falling on the ground. That's what it is. We'll see what this turns into. At least I'm going faster than the trash truck. Bye, trash truck. Okay. Move over. There's a train coming along down the track. Transporting automobiles in, I understand. There was a big flood that came down out of these mountains several years ago right here and just flooded this whole area with mud. Don't run the winders. Watch my arm. And I don't know if anybody died or not, but it took them a long time to clear all the mud out of here. Pretty windy here. Yeah, looks like we might drive up into the foggy cloud, all right. Mr. Jamesy don't care. He's just being cool. He's a cool old cat. There's camera on the road. Doesn't go anywhere. Just goes over the freeway. And then comes back on an on-ramp. There's nothing on either side of it. Just don't go anywhere. It's a good place to park though. You want to stop and check your oil or something. I stopped once in my old 57 Ford and had to tighten up my rod bearings because they were getting loose. Almost threw a rod afterward. Well, I see the tamarack bushes are pink. They're blooming nice and pink. Tamarack, also called salt cedar. The clouds blowing along. I'm weaving all over the road. And now if it wasn't for the clouds, you could see the wind turbines up there. Not much in the way of wind turbines in the clouds now. Sand Canyon is appropriately named. This is pretty normal weather for the Tehachapi, California area. We're coming up to the summit here in a little while. Just over 4,000 feet. Don't sideswipe the big truck that's passing there. Now there used to be steel hull trawler that somebody painted the SS Minnow on the side. Oh yeah, it's still there. How about that? SS Minnow. That's interesting. It's still there. It's been there ever since I was a little kid. I was always hoping to have a cabin cruiser boat like that, but it hasn't worked out that way for me. Okay. Now those tamaracks over there are more red than pink. There's the roads in the way. And here we're coming up. I think they took down all of the old windmills that were here. The road's not terribly smooth. Off in the distance you can see the concrete processing plant. Been there ever since I can remember. There's some actual cows in the little pasture here. Always love to see the cows when they come out this way. Tehachapi Bakersfield. And you can't hardly see them. These hills used to be covered with a lot of little wind turbines. When my late wife first saw them, she said, "Oh, they look like a flock of birds flying." All the little propellers spinning together. There's more cows. Oh, I finally got up to road speed. Okay. Now there are some really huge wind turbines up in here, but you can't hardly see them for the wind-blown clouds. There's one starting to come through the fog a little bit. This weather up here in Tehachapi is so nasty. I don't understand why people live up here. The wind blows away everything that ain't nailed down. And then you get this cold wind tunnel effect through here. When out on the desert, on the east side, it's warm. And in Bakersfield, on the west side, it's warm. But here in Tehachapi, no, it's not warm. I guess the cows don't mind. Starting to get a little goo on the windshield. Some sprinkles. Some really ancient barns over there. Whoops. And a horse in the field. There's always a horse or two. Very rustic out here. Probably belong to the Spanish farm laborers up there. Well, I'm going to have to turn the wipers on a little bit so they can smear goo on the window. Some green fields over there. I don't know what they're growing. Alfalfa, lettuce, who knows what. You can see by the lean of the trees which way the predominant wind direction is here. Everything kind of leans toward the east. much. What do you think, Gingy boy? You're not too enthused about this, huh? Don't like all the bouncing and jouncing around? Of course, in the back, everything's rattling and moving around like crazy.